Hidden Minecraft updates, such as, obsidian boats. Yes, that's right, these are obsidian boats, and they were added to Minecraft at some point in the past. So where are they now? Well, over the course of Minecraft's existence, there's been tons of April Fool's updates that contained a lot of hidden updates that ended up making their way into Minecraft in some form or another. And in today's video, we're going to be going over 5 different sets of those updates as they came out. Oftentimes, April Fool's updates for Minecraft are overlooked, but they are oftentimes also the key to figuring out what is going to be coming next for this blocky game. From strange oddities like the original implementation of horses to weirder ones like virtual reality goggles. I'm sure some of you will remember these, but many of you will have never heard of them. So strap yourselves in and let us know which one of them is your favorite in the comment section below. For now, we're going to take things back 7 years ago. We start out first with Minecraft 2.0. This was an April Fool's update from April 1st, 2013. Yes, it updated a lot into the game, but unfortunately, loading Minecraft 2.0 in the launcher is no longer possible. We couldn't get it to work, so instead we took a lot of everything from 2.0 and recreated it to the best of our ability using special code, and by we, I mean Caleb. Thanks, Caleb. Now, when this update was released, the first thing that we got with it were horses. But not these horses. Horses weren't technically added into game at the time this April Fool's update came out. Instead, we got a cow horse and we got a pig horse, and they were literal just retextures of cows and pigs. This was also the first appearance of tinted glass, stained glass as we know it now. Now, tinted glass was pretty much what stained glass is now, except with a poorer texture. This is stained glass. I would try and deceive you by saying this is what they added, but you would see right through, whatever. This is actually what the... Such a bad joke. This is actually what the tinted glass looked like. It was a little bit foggier in nature. You couldn't see right through it quite as easily. Now, when the devs actually added in stained glass, they were quick to change the texture. Not the best at first, but hey, at least they were being transparent about it. Gosh, why do I read the... Why do you do this to me, Caleb? This is also the first appearance of a block of coal. Now, Minecraft 2.0 had a trend of jokes being added in, eventually making it into the actual game. And so coal blocks were no exception. This was the actual first appearance of coal blocks in game. Now, they shared the exact same texture as a redstone block, obviously, except textured black, but as you can see here, the resemblance is uncanny because it's identical with exception to the color itself. We also got a pink wither. 2.0 came with a very odd pink wither that could be tamed and mobs would heal it with its love. Now, this one doesn't have any AI, but this is what the pink wither actually looked like in game, and boy, was he friendly. And again, this one's not having of any AI, so he's just going to take our tough love on him right now. But imagine seeing this thing flying through your world. Actually, I've got a video where we covered this, as well as all the other different things that we are covering in today's video, but in longer form. This is just a quick blip at each one of them. Now, the 5th thing that was added in were diamond chickens, which would sometimes spawn into the world, and they would occasionally lay diamonds as well as lapis. We're going to spawn in a couple of these guys right now. Go ahead. Do your thing, baby. Move about. You'll see in just a little bit here, if we leave them enough time to lay an egg, well, they actually won't lay an egg. They'll instead lay something a little bit more valuable in my eyes. Ooh, this one just laid one right now. Ooh, some lapis lazuli. It's perfect. Now, if you're lucky enough, you'll actually see them spawn in some diamonds instead. Like, did he just... Now, more lapis lazuli. Why are you doing... Oh yeah, forgot to mention, the chickens would explode on contact. So, hey, we got a diamond from this one. Beautiful. Thanks, but oh, right. A lot of these worlds are worth exploring on their own if you can manage to get them loaded in the launcher. We had some trouble, but for now, let's go ahead and move on to Hidden Update Instance number 2. Fast forward 2 years to the Love and Hugs update for Hidden Update number 2. This one came out April 1st, 2015. And this one drastically changed Minecraft in a major way. First of all particles have been replaced with hearts. So if we were to go ahead and, I don't know, punch on this guy, well, first of all, you'd notice that we can't actually deal any damage to him. We can just love on him. Check him out. Oh, hi, Betsy. Let's let some slime spawn in instead so you can see what I mean about these particles. We've got a slime right over here, and you'll notice right off the bat, he no longer has slime particles coming off of him. Instead, he just tries to love on you as well. You're literally incapable of death, as far as I can tell, in this version of the game. But you can love various different mobs all over the place. As you can see here, the more we love, the more hearts we get at the bottom of our little heart meter there. And the more hearts you have, the more your happiness meter will go up, and it allows you to jump higher up. Because I guess you're jumping for joy because you're happy or something? Sure, we'll go with it. Now, as you can see, not only do we have all of these hearts, but hunger was entirely removed as well. The love meter has a very special purpose that we'll get to in a little bit, but these guys seriously need to leave me the heck alone, so we're gonna go to peaceful mode. Sorry guys, I can't handle your love. An interesting one that kind of came out in the recent 1.16 update that showed up in this one was the concept of obsidian boats. Interesting, right? Well, they weren't that special. You could place an obsidian boat down and, you know, sink instantly. The boat wouldn't even work in lava of all places. It's like, well, what are we trying to do here if we can't get it to work? Literally placing it down would cause it to sink right away. Yes, you could, in theory, move about on the ground with it, but boy, at a crawl no less. What about with water? Would it sink in water? Yup, it sinks in water. Well, I guess you can technically still move, albeit very, very slowly. I'm gonna go ahead and love up on a whole mess of animals right now until we fill our love meter all the way to the top so you can get an idea of what we could find at the very end of it. Yeah, it takes a serious long time to fill up this love meter. I suppose I'll catch you guys in a little bit. I want to get to the end of this. There we go. Mines Creeper. Instead of Minecraft, you're met with a Minesweeper alternative, and you could literally play this. Oh, well. Finally, this update, TPing to 0, anything on the Y level, and 0 would take you to a very interesting place in-game. Right now, it doesn't look like anything special, but if you were to, oh, I don't know, make it rain, you'd get rain, but you'd also start to see snow forming in a very interesting pattern. We're going to go ahead and let this snow fall for a little bit so you can begin to see what takes shape. Bumping our render distance up a little bit, you'll notice what seems to be, and that's because it is, a QR code starting to take shape right here. Upon letting this QR code completely fill out using the snow layers, you were actually able to scan it, and it would give you a preview of the upcoming update that was being announced at the time of this release. I'll let you guys check out this completed image of the QR code right now. For now, though, we're going to go ahead and switch over to our next instance. We move on to hidden update number 3. This came out with RV Pre-1, the Trendy update. Originally released on April 1st, 2016, the Trendy update adds in a bunch of high-tech items that never ended up making their way into game. First of all, you probably noticed all the signs. They're real high-tech looking, cool, fancy, computers, knowledge. But there were new items and blocks added as well, like the USB charger, which you could craft in a crafting table using iron, gold, and redstone. And as you saw there, you would basically start with a cauldron recipe, but you would add in a couple extra items, not in that order, in order to get your USB charger block. But the charger block would essentially just be a retextured redstone block. Breaking it would break it. Here's the cool stuff though, reality vision. You got a special set of reality vision goggles, and when worn, you'd get a very interesting overlay that would pop up on your screen. Suddenly, every single sign in-game would say, obey. And not only that, but you'd get a brief look at the actual world around you in 3D form. Somewhat of a hologram that you could make note of, and the green beam coming from the middle of the map, well, that's where you, the player, technically stands. Moving into an F5 mode, you'd not only get a look at your cool specs, if you can call them that, but you would also, as you can see, lose that map overlay. The signs, though, would still read obey on every side. And if we were to adjust our FOV, you'd actually see that you could zoom into the weird holographic display as well. Technically, we're actually still in game. These signs all over the place, man, but moving around, you could, again, kind of make note of the actual world around you, technically capable of somewhat navigating around. As you can see, we've got the nether portal that's now right in front of us. Oh boy, good luck trying to move with these things on. Occasionally mobs would spawn in and they would have these reality goggles on as well, and those that were equipped with it would not burn in the daylight. Regular old zombies though would eventually catch fire, so if you happen across these guys, you could kill them for said goggles. The ankle monitor, another special item added in this update. While worn, you would get slowness, and the moment you equip this thing, you would be incapable of removing it. So you have a slight decrease in speed, and trying to take it off does not work. You cannot click it away. at nighttime, and when moving far away from spawn, it will actually warn you to return to your spawn area. So we're going to try and see if we can get that message to pop up right now. Yep, there it is. Curfew warning. You're violating your house arrest. Get back by 21 meters. And as you can see, you are hit with that slowness effect, which would eventually dissipate. If you see, look at that curfew. It just keeps on popping up. Saddest story. Wow, Big Brother is watching. Be very careful when you're not near your spawn. Otherwise, you're going to seriously get hit with some slowness. Bad news. And while in the nether, it will cycle through a bunch of different messages. So let's check some of those out. Alrighty. Oh, curfew warning. You were violating your house arrest. Where are you anyways? Take it all in, guys. The old nether. Nasty. Hello? Are you there? Yes, don't worry, ankle monitor. We're just reminiscing about our zombie pigman friends that didn't make it into the newer versions of the game. It's the saddest story. I'm sure you have important things to do, but you need to go back. Yeah, good luck trying to convince me of that. Oh boy, maybe we should go back. Where'd that come from? Ooh! We're lonely back home? Okay, I get it. I'm going. Giving me a hard time. By we, I mean I. I'm lonely. What, is the ankle monitor talking to us right now? Oh my gosh, the technology on this thing is insane. Okay, enough games. Get back right now. Or what? What are you going to do to me if I don't get back? Last warning. Last warning? Okay. I think we should play with him a little bit. What's going to happen if we let that next warning hit us? Last is okay. Keep on playing, and oh, yo, he's mad. Yo, he's real mad. Hey, this thing's fancy. You can kind of see it on my foot right there. Very, very nice. So where are you? Yeah, it looks like it's just having a full-blown conversation with us. Anything else for us? Having a good day? Yo, he's just... How many of these messages do you get? Do you see that monster? Where? Monster. Yeah, there's a zombie pigman. And give it a whack if you'd be so kind. You know what? I'll let you guys experiment on your own and cycle through the rest of the messages. We need to get back to the main overworld. Yo, you're trying to get me in trouble. All right. Back at the overworld, you'd see that the messages would eventually stop. Finally, there was the smarter watch, which would tell time. You could also get these from killing zombies. So check it out. We're going to enable the day and night cycle. And as you can see here, it works when in your offhand, and you can instantly see the actual in-game Minecraft time at a moment's notice. Check it out. Beautiful. It also tells you what you crafted. So we're going to go ahead and throw together something right here real quick. Why don't we put together something simple, an iron block. And just like that, you can see here that it didn't say, oh, only if you craft a bunch. Interesting. Oh, chests open is now 10. Yo, it keeps track of the amount of chests I've opened as well. Whoa, we can get a whole bunch of... Yeah. Oh, wow. That is a lot of things crafted. Oh, my gosh, keeping track of me. Plus, it notifies you of milestones reached, like walk distance. As you can see, we just got it right there, 800. But, hey, that's all that we got from the Trendy update. Make sure to leave us a comment in the comment section letting us know which of these special hidden updates ended up being your favorite at the end of the video. I have a feeling that it's going to be this one for me. This is just too cool, man. So hidden update number 4 is Minecraft 3D Shareware Edition, which came out April 1st, 2019, and it's got a whole host of strange glitches, oddities, and a lot more. And I encourage you guys to download this from your launcher. It comes with its own sound effects, funny little pop-ups at the top, unregistered version, selecting episodes, as well as difficulty. We're going to go with the Lemon Curry difficulty level. And once you load up your world, you'll get a better glimpse of kind of the oddities that were found throughout this entire experience. The first thing you'll notice right off the bat is there's a strange filter across the entire game. It makes it look very 8-bit, and it takes on... Oop, please consider registering this game to gain access to full episodes of weapons. Don't worry about it. We're going to do that later. As you can see right off the bat here, everything seems to be moving in a bit more of a laggy state. It literally is like less frame rates. The movement of the camera is a little bit... Oh boy, it's a little bit shaky. Oh, enter. Yeah, that's fine. And you can even see your character at the bottom there. It kind of takes on a little bit of a Doom 64 feel. And even moving around like this is like, geez, a little bit odd. Located all throughout this, you've got flaming barrels. Believe it or not, these are actual entities that you can access by right-clicking. You can get iron boots, arrows of fire resistance, red keys for red doors. and apparently they'll blow up if you happen to get a little too close to them. Or maybe when you empty them. Let me see if I... Oh boy! Your hotbar has been replaced by this new one that's in a 3x3 grid. Kind of looks like a crafting table. And your hunger bar has been replaced by a piece of raw steak that will slowly get smaller and smaller as you continue to explore around. Look at this pig. It looks very 2D. Just watching him move around, it's very odd. If you were to go into the creative mode menu, you'd see that a lot of the blocks look a little bit different. I mean, you can kind of make note of that as you place them all in the game, but even their sprites have changed, and there's just a whole mess of things going on. But not only are the mobs visually represented in more of a 2D format, some of them have just downright changed entirely. Like, check out this creeper right here. Every once in a while, you'll get a special type of creeper that has what appears to be a scientist outfit on. Now, the easiest way to get one of these creepers is actually by using one of this version's various cheat codes. And if you were to type in nerd, you'd see that a special creeper has spawned nearby. It's a creeper that has on a lab coat and some glasses. Oh boy, check him out. Yo, what's good, silly boy? Oh boy, there's a whole mess of cheat codes that you'll be able to explore alongside a lot of other with the pop-ups. Interesting features of the 3D shareware version. Oh my gosh, with the pop-up. So you'll be able to check out the wiki page to find out even more information on all those things. But for all of you working from home right now, we'll leave you with the ultimate feature. Pressing B on your keyboard will give you your work mode. Anytime the boss comes by, just hold B down and it's totally gonna look like you're working. Synergy! Our final hidden update today from all the April Fools is the 20W14 Infinity update. Yes, the Infinity update. This was the update that added in infinite dimensions, said that weird, to explore. There are over 2 billion possible dimensions for you to find. There's also some secret custom worlds. We'll get to them in a second, but we're going to have to throw some books into portals to reach them. Speaking of books, we've got some special blocks that are added in this update as well. We've got these interesting different book titles right over here, but for the time being, we're going to show off these new blocks. First of all, there is the book box. It's a box of infinite books. Right-clicking it when in survival mode should bring you some very interesting results. And by very interesting results, I mean it's not working, and someone should help me. Come on, can we break it? Well, you get a different color book when you place that down. Very interesting. Huh, strange. I guess it works for some of the blocks and not other blocks. It's weird. Right-clicking right here gets some... Right-clicking that one didn't, and then right-clicking some of these does as well. Now, they'll all have various different things written inside all of these books, and it may be encouraging to throw some of them inside of the different portals in question. But again, we'll get to that in just a second. For the time being, you'll also see a swaggiest stairs ever, which appears to have been a preview of the netherite block texture. As you can see here, it does appear to take on that new texture shape that came out in the nether. And then, of course, there was also the cursor texture, which is just a blinking black and green block. And this would show up in some of the infinite dimensions that you could happen across when exploring. There's also something called the zone block, which gives you potion effects, night vision, blindness, and poison. It has to do with one of the dimensions that you can enter called zones. But we'll get to some of those right now. Allow me to show you some right now. Right here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and of course, Subdawazed. Each of these books contains different text that if you were to enter in, you would find some very interesting worlds indeed. Let's start with Blacklight. Throwing in the portal will take you to all of these different dimensions. And as you can see here, we can't see anything really. This one is chess. Let's see, with any luck. Yes! The whole chess area turns the entire world into a checkerboard, or I suppose in this case, a chessboard pattern. Decay was a fun one, literally called Decay. Throwing this in, you'd see something that looks pretty akin to a regular Minecraft world, but the further and further out you got from wherever you had your portal block, the more and more the world itself would begin to decay around you. Allow me to show you. Moving further and further in one direction, great band by the way, you'd notice some interesting oddities, random blocks all over the place. Some blocks just completely missing, like there's a missing water block in the middle of the ocean right there. I can't say that I understand, but wow, it seriously gets exaggerated the further out you go. I mean, just check out this ocean. The landscapes become essentially unrecognizable. This is supposed to be a swamp. It's hard to tell at a moment's notice. Next up is holes. Now, guys, there are literally billions of different dimensions you could go through. And if you want to see a closer look at all of them, I've actually done a video on this in the past covering, I believe, 30 total different ones. Holes is exactly that. There's just a whole bunch of essentially chunks missing from all over the world. The final one we're going to be showing off are rooms here. So throwing in rooms, you'll see something, well, you might expect. Rooms. The entire world is segmented by giant brick walls with doors across from either side. World generation is as normal. There's just a whole bunch of brick all over the place. House. It's a brick house reference. So which of these 5 different sets of hidden updates was your favorite? Let us know in the comment section below, and we'll see you later.